The fall of Boeing, a story that shook the skies. Boeing's downfall really started on January 5, 2024, when a Boeing 737 MAX plane from Alaska Airlines had a terrifying incident mid-air. The emergency exit door blew off. Suddenly, there was chaos inside the plane. An emergency was declared, oxygen masks dropped, people screamed, and the sound of rushing air and engine noise filled the cabin. This is how the pilot spoke to air traffic control. "Yes, we are in an emergency. We've depressurized. We need to return, but we have passengers." Let us explain. At high altitudes, there's very low air pressure and oxygen, so airplane cabins are pressurized. When the door blew off, all that pressure was lost instantly. There were 177 passengers and 6 crew members on board. Luckily, the pilot landed the plane safely back at Portland International Airport, and the door that fell from the sky didn't hit anyone on the ground. Still, the whole world was asking, how could something like this happen to a Boeing aircraft, especially one that was only 2 months old? When the investigation began, it was revealed that the door had been reinstalled and 3 bolts were missing when the aircraft was delivered. This shook the entire airline industry. People started questioning, is Boeing being careless? Boeing wasn't always like this. It used to be a solid engineering company, but over the years, it turned into more of a business, focused on profit and market competition. Back in 2018 and 2019, 2 deadly crashes of the same Boeing model, 737 MAX, had already raised serious questions. On October 29, 2018, Lion Air Flight 610 crashed into the Java Sea just 13 minutes after takeoff, killing all 189 passengers. Then, just 5 months later, on March 10, 2019, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 crashed only 6 minutes after takeoff, killing 157 people. Both were Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. The total deaths, 344 lives lost. Investigations found that the aircraft behaved strangely before crashing. The nose of the plane kept pointing down. What was the real cause of the crash? A software glitch in a new system called MCAS, Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System. It was designed to correct the plane's angle automatically using a sensor. But if that sensor gave wrong data, the plane would nosedive without the pilot even touching anything. Exactly what happened in both crashes. So how did Boeing reach this point? Boeing started in 1916 as a proud American engineering company building airplanes, rockets, and satellites. Their Boeing 747, launched in 1969, was so iconic it was called the Queen of the Skies. People used to say, if it's not Boeing, I'm not going. That's how much trust Boeing had. But in 1997, things began to change. After the Cold War ended, Boeing lost many defense contracts. To stay on top, it bought a competitor, McDonnell Douglas, for $14 billion. This was a huge merger, and Boeing slowly shifted from engineering to focusing on business, shareholders, and profits. In 2010, Boeing got another shock. European rival Airbus launched the A320neo, a fuel-efficient plane that met the market's needs. It sold like hotcakes. To catch up, Boeing rushed to release the 737 MAX in 2011, but they didn't redesign the whole plane. They simply added bigger engines to the old model. This changed the plane's balance, so Boeing added a new software system, MCAS, to fix this issue. But they didn't tell pilots, airlines, or even the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. They thought the software would quietly fix the problem on its own. But MCAS relied on only one sensor. If it failed, the plane could nosedive uncontrollably. And that's what happened in both deadly crashes. The world was outraged. Investigators blamed both Boeing and the FAA for negligence. At that time, 387 Boeing 737 MAX planes were in service worldwide. All were grounded. Boeing's stock crashed, costing them $20 billion, and they were fined $2.5 billion for misleading regulators. What's worse, Boeing's own employees started speaking out. A video leaked showing technicians refusing to fly on Boeing planes themselves. Workers exposed how old parts were reused in new planes and how rivets were left loose. In November 2020, after inspections and changes, 737 MAX planes were cleared to fly again. But Boeing's image was badly damaged. Then came another blow. John Barnett, a former quality control manager at Boeing, turned whistleblower. He had worked there for 32 years. He exposed that scrap and faulty parts were being installed in new aircraft. He complained to higher-ups but was ignored, even demoted. After retirement, he took legal action and shared evidence with the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Sadly, the case didn't go in his favor, so he filed an appeal. Then, in 2024, after the Alaska Airlines door blow incident, Barnett filed a new lawsuit. But on March 9th, just before a court hearing, he was found dead in his car. Police say it was suicide, but since his death involves such a major case, a detailed investigation is underway. With Barnett gone, the future of the case is uncertain. But after all this, the Alaska Airlines incident, Barnett's death, and repeated safety issues, Boeing's market value took another serious hit. Airlines and passengers have lost trust. It might take years for Boeing to rebuild its reputation. For now, that old saying, "If it's not Boeing, I'm not going," doesn't hold the same meaning. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments which part surprised you the most. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.